Super Bowl weekend, and we need to do things. So we're going to show you how to make some nice con queso dip. Your nachos. These are you shred your own cheese. Never use pre-shredded. You see chunks like this? That's fine. Just when you shred it, don't cut your fingers. Just throw the chunks in; they'll melt. We're going to add a tablespoon cornstarch. We're going to mix it into the shreds. We're going to press out some of the fluid from Ro-Tel, spicy tomatoes. We're going to press them through there. We're going to heat it all up. We're going to add 1 can of evaporated milk, which is right here, which actually I'm going to do right now. It's pretty easy stuff. We'll get that going, get it warm. Here, all we're going to do is get this ready. We'll let it soft drain for the most part, and if we want a little bit more spicier, we can add some smoked chilies to it, or we can add something like a sriracha sauce to it, whatever we want. Any kind of hot sauce you want, it don't matter. You can put cayenne pepper in there as well. All right, so we're doing 8 ounces of shredded cheddar here, and you try to use a good brand, because that's going to have a big influence over how it ends up. A little bit more here. And I actually might add, for our own personal taste, I might add another, some more green chilies to it. I like a little bit of kick. And I'll probably put some hot peppers in there. But this is basically where you start, and you adjust it according to your flavors and the way you like it from there. So we're going to get this going. We're going to put it all together, and we'll be right back. Okay, our evaporated milk is warm. Not boiling. We don't want it to. As you can see, you just mix the cornstarch onto it. That's going to help it thicken. And you don't want to go on high heat here. And you'll see they're coated like that, which is fine. You won't taste any of it. And just add this in. And let it do its thing. It's going to start melting. Okay. And you have a little cornstarch left on the back of your little doohickey there, whatever you want to call it. So what we're doing here is we're just mixing this, and we're going to let this melt down. I shred it really thin so I can melt quicker at a lower heat. It just seems to work out better for me when I do that. And like I said, that cornstarch, it'll naturally thicken as it gets hot. I'm sure you've all used it before in your lives. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop that in the Ro-Tel. I want to be able to cook some of that heat from those into the cheese. We're just going to let that cook for a few minutes now. It'll be fine. Move this back over here so I can get a mess made. And we'll just watch it. But I'm going to go ahead and jump the gun here, because I already know how I like mine. So I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there. And I'm going to put in some smoked chipotle peppers. That's also one of my favorites. It's hard not to love that kind of stuff. I just got to reach and find it. Here it is. Smoked chipotle pepper, just a little bit. I like that robust flavor. And I'm going to put in a little pinch of pepper. And a little pinch of salt. Oh, I use the kosher, it just seems to always do better for us when we're cooking. As you can see now, I don't even tell, it's starting to get thick. And that's exactly what we're looking for. It's starting to get nice and thick. You're gonna let all those flavors cook into there for probably just about another minute. You don't really need a lot of time on this. And if you end up getting sidestepped for a minute or two and it gets too thick, you can always thin it with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of whole milk or half and half, heavy whipping cream, whatever you want. Okay, so now we're getting where we want to be. You can see here, and that's going to thicken up as it cools down a little bit. So you want to kind of be a little bit conscious of how thick you are. Okay, because now we're going to be right there. We got bubbling going on. It's as hot as it's going to get. And you know what? You never want to ever kill the cheese. You never want to burn it on a cheese sauce. Great for melting on something, but not melting it on a frying pan and eating it on a sandwich is one thing, but on a cheese sauce it's another. Okay, let's try this out just a little bit. You know what? You can't get better than that. I don't care who you are. That is just good. Let me grab a chip. I kept these out of the way. I like to do that, you know. Getting ahead of myself just a little bit. But boy, this is good stuff. And look at that. You see how thick and creamy that is now? Just by letting it come off for a minute. Delish. Mmm. Wow. No sense of buying it when you can make it. It's your Super Bowl dip sitting right there. Have a good day. Be nice to each other.